Bhakti Swapadantikam Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hare Krishna. So very glad and happy to be with all of you. We are beginning a new chapter, and that is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. We are going to start with Shloka, third chapter. And this particular chapter is very special. This chapter is entitled Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Stay at the House of Advaita Acharya. So this is stay of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas. Sannyas ke baad Mahaprabhu is staying in the house of Advaita Acharya. So let's begin. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. Very happy and glad to be with all of you for discussing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is, I guess, the very first Lila of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after taking sannyas. Of course, what happens in the Adi Lila is Mahaprabhu takes sannyas, but Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he starts the Madhya Lila, that time he directly does not talk about sannyas Lila of Mahaprabhu. First two chapters. The first chapter he gives the summary of the whole Madhya Lila, and the second chapter he gives summary of the whole Anta Lila. One may ask a question, bhai ye sab kyun kar rahe? Why summary? Yaar, directly down on story. Because here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's age has to be considered. What is his age? He is almost 95 years old. Yes, even he is not sure of his age. Thank you, Prabhu. So he is not very confident. How old is he? We are okay, somewhere around 90, 95. That's his age. And whatever he is remembering, his memory is still intellect and memory sharp. Although he humbly says that, oh, I'm not able to remember anything. I'm not able to see anything. I'm not able to hear anything. Yes, he says that out of but that is the situation that he's undergoing. But still, despite that, he is very highly empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu to make this happen, right? So make this great epic masterpiece of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita happen. So we will dive in the third chapter, which is the first opening Leela of our Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So let's go ahead. Nyasam viddhayot pranayot gauro vrindavanam gantuma mana brahmadya radhe bhramam shanti purim mayitva lalasa bhaktir ihatam natosmi. So usually what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami does is he starts the chapter with a shloka in Sanskrit, and this shloka is very much connected to the Leela that Lord is about to perform in this chapter. I'll be very happy if I'm able to see all of your Leela also. The Leela of how you take notes, or Leela of how you do Shravan. Yes, so this Leela, I'll be really happy if you all allow me by turning on your videos. Even if you're busy and doing multitasking, I really don't mind. But please encourage me with your presence. That will really give me a feeling I'm talking to people, not just ordinary people, but extraordinary devotees who will switch on the videos, empower me to speak something meaningful. So please do that. And those of you who don't know how to turn on videos, go on the YouTube, check it out, and please do it. Karo lekin. So this is a beautiful shloka which talks about, so nyasam. Nyasa means what? Nyasa matlab sannyas. Yes, nyasam vidhayot pranayo. Oh, nyasam vidhaya. After accepting sannyas, utpranaya. Utpranay. Pranay is a stage even beyond prema. Pranay in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is described as a very stage of intense prema, yes, that aroused in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ata Gaura. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu remained in the stage beyond prema. Nyasam vidhayot utpranaya atha gaurau vrindavanam gantumana. So Vrindavanam Gantu, he was, what is his mind? Manaha what? What was there in his mind? As soon as he took sannyas, his mind was, oh, I have to go to Vrindavan. Yes, Gantu Manaha. So he was proceeding to Vrindavan. In his mind, he thought of that. And Brahmatyaha Radhe Brahmam. But there something happened in between. Kya ho gaya? Brahmat. Api Radhe Brahman Shantipuram Aitva. So he was very nicely tricked by his devotee Nityanand Prabhu. You're going to see, who in collaboration with Advaita Acharya. Yes, both of them tricked him and took him where? Shantipuram Aitva. Yes, now one may ask a question, why Prabhu? Why, if Lord is wanting to go to Vrindavan, why devotees tricked him? Because now they wanted sannyas darshan of Mahaprabhu, and now after Mahaprabhu becomes a sannyas, he will not be very easily accessible. So before he moves on in the sannyas order, all the devotees had to desire last time Mahaprabhu can spend exclusive time with us. Bas, we Bengali devotees, हमारे साथ एक exclusive last time. हम लोग महाप्रभु को खिलाएंगे, especially Sachi Mata. She will feed, and Mahaprabhu can do kirtans with us, and we'll cherish this time for long. Right? Because after sannyas is dharma is parivrajak. He is supposed to move. He has to keep moving, traveling and preaching. So we don't know where he will be. And also we can decide, thoda sa devotees who have had a desire Mahaprabhu thoda paas mein rahenge to acha hoga. So many things are going to happen in this chapter. So it's a very strategic chapter, so to say. Lalasa bhaktir ihatam natosmi. Lalasa bhaktir, he enjoyed various pastimes of Sankirtan. Ihatam natosmi. I thus offer my obeisances to such a Lord. So what is there? The prayer. So this prayer very much summarizes this whole chapter. Is chapter mein kya hone wala hai? Vyasam vidaya. After taking sannyas, Utpranaya atha Gaurav, the Gauranga Mahaprabhu Gaura, who had intense pranaya, that is intense prema in heart, Vrindavanam Gantu Manaha. Yes, he wanted, in his mind, he was very much fixed upon going to Vrindavan, but Brahmadyaha, who was tricked, cheated, गलती हो गया, trick किया, राडे भ्रमन, उसको भ्रमित करके राड देश में शांतिपुर में चले गया. So he was taken to Shantipur. Aitwa, there in Shantipur, he had various pastimes of chanting, dancing, and feasting. That is what is Krishna consciousness. If somebody were to ask what is Krishna consciousness, इस chapter में हम लोग देखने वाले हैं. It's about chanting, dancing, and feasting, because that's what Mahaprabhu taught us. Ihatam natosmi. Is the worm there? Anywhere? Worm? Kida nahi? He just bit me. No problem. It's okay. थोड़ा खाना उसको भी चाहिए ना. Take it. Ihatam natosmi, and I worship and offer my respectful obeisances unto such a Lord. Alright. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay. So this is first two verses normally I only recite. Third verse onwards you can repeat. 26 vatsara shesha yai maghamas तारा शुक्ल पक्षे प्रभु करेला संन्यास. Yes. When did Mahaprabhu take sannyas? Which day? Who knows? Who can tell? Offline answer has come. Let me see how awake are online devotees. It's a very famous day. सबको पता होना चाहिए. You should know. चलो, cheating also allowed. Google पे करो, लेकिन ये दिन यादगार होना चाहिए. This should be etched in memory permanently. Okay, let's use given the answer, and yes, it's Her Grace Ranga Radhika Mataji. She's got the right answer. It's Makara Sankranti. So that is the day. Yes. So that's a particular day when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. 26 vatsara shesha. Yes. End of his 24th year of his pastimes. Can you imagine? 24. Such a young age. Youth. Correct? How many of you are below 24 here? Okay. We have Vansh Prabhu, Sundari Manjari Mataji and Dhruv Arora Prabhu. That's it. See? In this whole CC class, HC, we are very happy. We'll be very happy to know your name and your form. Name, form, quality, pastimes. Naam, Roop, Gun, Lila, please. अरे आपने हर्ष प्रभु है HC क्यों लिख रहे हो? You have such a nice name, Harsh Chotwani. Please don't write HC. We remember HC Verma. Okay, thank you. HC बोले थे वो दिन याद आ गया IIT JEE के days. HC Verma. You're supposed to give us happiness, Harsh, and not nightmares. 26 Vatsara Shesha, after his 24 years, यही माघ मास, in the month of Magh. Magh is Jan Feb के आसपास. Tara Shukla Pakshe, in the phase of waxing period. Shukla Paksh is waxing of the moon. And Krishna Paksh is waning, जो जिसमें काला ज्यादा रहता है. शुक्ल में it is, so that is Shukla, and waxing period of the moon. Prabhu Karila Sannyas. So Prabhu had taken sannyas. Sannyasa kari prema veshe chalila Vrindavan. This you are supposed to repeat. Rad deshe tina dina karila brahman. Okay. So after having accepted sannyas, Premavesh Chalila Vrindavan, he was heading towards Vrindavan in Premavesh. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Who is Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu is Ragamarga Bhakti Loke Kurite Pracharan. He comes to teach. He comes to teach to all of us how to become devotee. He is Krishna. Of course, it's Krishna Mandir Jagat Guru. Krishna is the supreme teacher. But along with that, even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme teacher. The same Krishna who is teaching us how to go to Vrindavan Dham. Prema Veshe. So that is the actual mood in which we are supposed to go to any dham. Prema Veshe. And how do we all go? Are we going Prema Veshe? We are going Adventure Veshe. Yes, that's how we go. Adventure Veshe or Instagram Veshe. That's how we go. We are in another mood altogether. We are more in the mood of showing off. Or rather, I will see. Sightseeing mode. That's all. Yes. Drishta Veshe. But we are not in Prema Veshe. Yes. So we are learning from Mahaprabhu. So in complete absorption of love, he was proceeding to Vrindavan and Radha Teen Dina Karila Brahman. So there is a tract of land in Bengal where the mother Ganges doesn't flow. That tract of land is called as Radha Desh. Many times people call it Radha Desh. No, it is not Radha Desh. You can call it Radha Desh, but actually it's called Radha Desh. Radha Desh. So Radha Desh Teen Dina Karila Brahman. So 3 days he wandered in Radha Desh. So actually where this word Radha comes from, see Radha Desh kahan se aata hai? Is Rashtra. Rashtra, 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 Radha, Radha, ऐसा आ गया. Yes, if you see, Radha Desh में क्या है? एक चक्र धाम is in Radha Desh. Yes, Radha Desh. So a part of Bengal where the western side where the Ganges doesn't flow is called as Radha Desh. Another name is also called as Pounder Desh or Pendo Desh. Yes, Pendo. Pendo Pounder का Pando बन गया. Yes, so actually it is Rashtra. Rashtra. Rashtra Desh. ठीक है, वहां से हो गया. Next. यही श्लोक पढ़ी प्रभो भावेर आवेशे भ्रमित पवित्र कैला सब राडा देशे. So here, see here, he is proceeding towards Vrindavan, but यही श्लोक पढ़ी, he is reciting some shlokas, some prayers, some chanting. He is not just walking, chupchap walking. I have seen now devotees go to Dindi Yatra. Correct? So even if somebody joins the Brahmachari ashram, the first padav, आपका पहला पड़ाव होता है Dindi Yatra. There you have to walk 265 kilometers from Dehu Dham to Pandharpur Dham. You have to walk and go, chanting. The purpose is you develop taste in Harinam and you develop taste in simple life of a sadhu. It's very exciting, thrilling. I personally, after doing Dindi Yatra, I decided कि हर साल आएंगे, laptop, mobile सब फेंक के आएंगे. But that never really happened. I hardly get a chance to walk when the yatra is in Pune. So पुणे कैंप से लेकर के हड़पसर उतना चलना बहुत बड़ी बात हो जाती है. Even that's a big achievement in itself. लेकिन कभी कभी उसके लिए भी टाइम नहीं निकाल पाते हम लोग. Yes, but the point is chanting the holy name. Chanting. That's such a brilliant, wonderful experience. Chanting and moving. So many times, the Vari Kari. So Varkari, they are called Vari Kari. So they Var means what? Somvar, Mangalvar, Buduvar, the days, the weeks, the names of the different weeks. So Vari Kari. So they are Kya Kari? Chanting Kari, Brahman Kari. So they are chanting, playing kartals, playing their wonderful mridang. Some Matajis carry tulsi on their head, and they have one pair of spare clothes. That's their only possession. एक कपड़ा पहनते हैं, दूसरा कपड़ा उसको झोले में डाल के आगे बढ़ते हैं. And they keep walking and chanting the name. And everything else is provided for them. Water, prasadam, everything is provided by the will of Lord. So Prabhu Bhava Veshe. So this is a shloka Prabhu, Padi Prabhu, Bhava Aveshe. Yes. So in ecstasy, he was reciting this verse. What is that verse? We're going to find out. Brahmite Pavitra Kailas Saba Radadeshe. So by his movements in Radadesh, he purified the entire tract of land. And that's what a devotee does. So we're going for Harinam Sankirtan. When we move for Harinam Sankirtan, what is it that we're doing? It is the holy name that is purifying. Because we may not be very purifying agents. Yes, we are not purified ourselves. How can we purify? But it's the holy name that purifies. Yes. So that effect will be there. You just chant somewhere and come, the holy name you put there. Apne wahan pe Harinam dal diya. And anybody else comes there, he will be fully charged up. कुछ ना कुछ spiritual charge मिलेगा ही उसको. So it is very important for all of us to understand this very fact that Harinam is very powerful. हम लोग अगर एक street में जाके हरिनाम कर रहे हैं, we are doing Harinam in a particular street. What we are doing is we are planting the Mahamantra. Yes, the first time I remember I had gone for Harinam, there was one senior devotee he called me and says, "You have joined ashram newly." I said, "Yes, Prabhuji, this is my first day. And this is my first Harinam." You know, he asked, "Why are you doing Harinam?" I told I am doing Harinam because I love to chant and dance. So I'm doing it. He said, "That's very nice. But Harinam is preaching." So Harinam, we are going for preaching. Okay. Then afterwards we went for Harinam, we came back. So he asked me, "So Prabhu, how was your experience?" I said, "भाई हरिनाम तो किया हम लोगों ने, but preaching का हुआ कोई था ही नहीं." एम्प्टी लैंड में जाके आ गए हम लोग, बस अपना ही चैंटिंग करके आए ना प्रभु. तो मेरा पॉइंट सही था ना. It was my chanting that happened. I chanted the holy name. Wasn't that right? I was a newcomer and having a lot of ego. अब तक बड़ा मैनेजर था कंपनी में, बड़े कॉलेज से हूँ भाई, इतना गलती मत निकालो मेरे में. So I was telling, so isn't it what I told was true? अंत तो कुछ preaching नहीं हुआ, अपना आत्मशुद्धिकरण यही हुआ ना. He said, "Yes, you are right, Prabhu. But at the same time, you have done preaching and come. Because you have chanted the holy name is there. Now, anybody who goes through that place, at least for today, anybody who goes there will definitely get some benefit. So you have actually done preaching and come. You have planted the holy name and come." Yes, they are like bombs. Even Prabhupada would say sometimes, these books are like time bombs. Tick, 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 ticking. आप book दे दो. Person has taken book. He may have taken unwillingly. अरे ये छोड़ेगा नहीं मेरे को. This fellow is not leaving me only. I want to go for I want to escape. So please take one book and go. Take some book. It will be helpful. I am not able to say no also because this person is doing this very selflessly. He looks happy. चलो ठीक है ले लेता हूँ. बस side में रख. And he goes and puts it somewhere. And someday someone will come and see that, and he will open some page, and he may get some message that really inspires him in Krishna consciousness. हो जाता है. And that's how people come. Yes, they get that one message which has touched their heart. चलो हो गया. So one book. We say ना दाने दाने पे लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम. So similarly, पन्ने पन्ने लिखे पे दिखा है पढ़ने वाले का नाम. So we never know who's going to read what and when. So sometimes books are given in generations. Somebody said my grandparents had purchased the Gita in the 70s, in the early days of iskcon. Yes, that time also they used to distribute. वहाँ कहाँ तो खरीदा था, रख दिया था कोने में. So I just came across this book, and it looked quite interesting to this person, to the person. He said, "Can I keep it?" He just kept it. And one time of despair, he just opened and read the Gita. It made so much sense to him. that he really wanted to look for devotees and chalo aake join karte hain. Let's join the devotees, and it makes really a lot of sense. Happens. So what is that shloka that Mahaprabhu is reciting? So this is a shloka that comes in the section of Avanti Brahmana in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Etam sa astaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamair mahadbihi aham tarishyami durantaparam namo mukundangri nishesha nichevayetva. So this is actually the sannyas mantra also that Mahaprabhu received. When we take sannyas, मतलब मेरा number आएगा, chance आएगा, I don't know, but desire तो है. So when sannyas is given in our iskcon society in the Vaishnava line, so that time this is the mantra that is given also. We recite this, and Mahaprabhu kept reciting this from the Avanti Brahman section. So etam sa asthaya, ये मेरी आस्था है. This is my fixity. This is my fixity. Etam sa astha. आपकी आस्था किसमें है? They even open Astha channel, right? Astha. And somebody having faith in Lord is called Astik. Somebody not having faith in Lord is called Nastik. So this Astha is a very big word. Etam cha asthaya para atmanishtham. Para is the Lord. उनके ऊपर मेरी निष्ठा, संपूर्ण निष्ठा. मेरी आस्था और मेरी निष्ठा किसके प्रति है? पर, कृष्ण के ऊपर. अध्यासितम. Yes. पूर्वतमैर महद्भिः. So all the great sages before, महद्भिः, महद लोग जो है, not one महत, महद्भिः, all the great souls, what they have done, अध्यासितम पूर्वतमैर. पहले जो है, पहले उन्होंने सब लोग करते आ रहे हैं. This has been a trend. This has been a tradition to worship the Supreme Lord. Yes, अध्यासितम पूर्वतमैर महद्भिः. अहम तरिष्यामि. And I am confident that if I follow in the footsteps of these great souls, yes, Mahadbihi ke pad chinnon pe chalunga, aham tarishyami, I shall also cross over. Cross over what? Durantaparam tamaha. Durantaparam means that which is difficult to cross over. And what is that? Which is difficult to cross over? Tamaha. This material portion of material existence. Tama. इस जगत को भी तमा बोला गया है. Yes. By what? Mukundangri nishevayeva. By worshipping Lord Mukunda's lotus feet. They also worship the Lord. I am also going to. So that sometimes people ask, Prabhu, ये पर भगवान कैसे बोल दिया आपने? अध्यासितम किसका अध्यासितम? लेकिन अभी मुकुंद का नाम आ गया ना, clearly. In the end, Mukunda's name comes. Mukunda Angri Nishevayeva. I will definitely do that. And this is 11th canto, 23rd chapter, 57th verse. In case you want to study this deeply, 11, 23, 57. Correct? So, acceptance of a sannyasi is also a regulative principle. It comes, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, one of the 64 limbs of Bhakti, acceptance of sannyas is also mentioned. And what is acceptance of sannyas? People first of all think that sannyas matlab sab chhod dena. Bilkul nahi. Sannyas matlab dedicating 100% to service of Mukunda. Mukundangri nishevayeva. 100% dedication to Mukunda. That is actually sannyas. Even Krishna teaches in Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter. Anashrita karma phalam karmam karma karoti yaha. Sa sannyasi cha yogi cha. He tells, right? Sannyasi and yogi is not a person who's given up everything in life. Arey sab kuch chhod diya hai. No. Sannyasi and yogi is that person who acts only and only for satisfaction of Krishna. So Krishna has changed the traditional definition of a sannyasi. जो हमको लगता है. Yes, people come and sometimes I quote this very often. In Maharashtra, the first time I had taken saffron, I was in Pune. I had received saffron from my Guru Maharaj, and after that I came back to Pune temple. I was there, and I happened to go for a preaching program after that. And after going to the preaching program, this was my first experience of a house program in a saffron dress. I had borrowed a house program from a senior devotee. The devotee said, "Prabhu, आप तो आप saffron में आ गए, आप जाके program देना चाहेंगे?" ठीक है, अगर आपका, let me try it. There's no loss. लॉस होगा तो आपका ही होगा. मैंने बोला, you give me a shot. You give me a shot to become a preacher. This is your program. I hope I'll handle it. He said, bro, don't worry, you go. जो करना है करो. मेरा audience is fixed up. आप टेंशन मत लो. So in the audience, there were few newcomers also. So towards the end of the program, a newcomer came and he said, तुमचं दर्शन घेऊ का? बोला दर्शन भगवंताचं घ्या. बोला तुमचं पण घ्यायचं. That means he told me, can I take your darshan? I said, you should take darshan of Lord, not me. Who am I? I'm a sinful jiva. He said, but I want to take your darshan. I said, ठीक है, देख लो, darshan लो. So I just closed my eyes and said, darshan lo. And I opened my eyes. He was not there. बोला दर्शन बोल के अदृश्य हो गया. What happened? Then I saw that he is touching the feet. I said, hey, क्या कर रहे हो? मैंने बोला दर्शन, तुम तो दर्शन घेते हो. अरे दर्शन मतलब you touch the feet क्या? This I came to know first time. Right? Then I asked, why I'm just an ordinary jiva like you. I know a little bit more shastras, so I'm trying to share my knowledge. I said, नहीं नहीं प्रभु जी, आपने बहुत बड़ा त्याग किया है. बहुत बड़ा त्याग किया है. And whichever I met any grahastha after that, they all of me, बहुत बड़ा त्याग किया है, बहुत बड़ा त्याग किया है. But that's not our philosophy. Yes, that's not some which makes a person worshipable. That way, then we have to even worship Mayavadi sannyasis. We do respect them because they carry the opulence of, Krishna's renunciation. But ultimately, a sannyasi is a person who has dedicated life for Krishna. Krishna ki seva 24 ghante, and he has no other business. Such a person is a sannyasi. In the purport, even Prabhupada does mention about the Ekadanda sannyas and Tridandi sannyas. So Mayavadis usually they do accept Ekadanda sannyas because everything is one. Sannyasa, it is said that sannyasa dharana matrena naro narayano bhavit. They say that just by accepting that one rod of sannyas, I am one with Narayana. People accept and they call each other Namo Narayana. But this is not proper. Nara can never become Narayan. Yes. On the other hand, the Tridanda sannyas, which very clearly tells us that Kayena vacha manasendriya va buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayana iti samarpayami. I'm going to offer my mind, body and words in the service of Lord. Once there was a meeting going on and there was a sannyas ceremony and there was one of the Maharajas who was telling that every sannyasi gets a BMW. Wow! A youth may get a very tempting offer. So I don't really have to work hard. I just have to go and take sannyas and I get a BMW. So then he clarified. He gave purport to it. BMW means body, mind, words dedicated to Krishna. That is BMW. That's when you get a BMW. So everybody has to, you get a rod, sannyas, Tridandi. There's actually 4 rods. 3 rods represent Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, and there's 1 rod that's connected which represents the lotus feet of Krishna. That's why when sannyasis give blessings, they touch the top part of the rod to the head because that is the lotus feet of Krishna. It's the lotus feet of Krishna. So you get blessings like that. Okay. So this is the shloka, etam sastaya paratmanishtham. Yes. Adhyasitam purvatamair maharbhahi. Aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundangrim ishevayeva. Very amazing shloka. प्रभु कहे साधु यही भिक्षुर वचन मुकुंद सेवन व्रत कैला निराधन. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he basically approved this verse because the very purport of this verse is a devotee or sannyasi devotee is dedicated to the service of Mukunda. Yes, so that's why he is indicating that this verse is amazing. This verse is amazing because this particular verse talks about sannyas in connection with service to Mukunda. But Mayavadi sannyasis, what they do is they even give up service to Mukunda. They initially do. They think service to Krishna and Mukunda is a way to come to Sattva-guna. And once you come to Sattva-guna, you have to give up all this Navavida Bhakti and become transcendental. You become Narayan. So this is the foolish conception of Mayavadi sannyasis. Next. Paratmanishta matra vesha Mukunda sevaya haya samsara tarana. See, Matra Vesha Dharana, just by accepting the dress and objects of a sannyasi, one doesn't become Paratmanishta. No, it's only Mukunda Sevaya Haya Samsara Tarana. You will be getting delivered from this material existence only by Mukunda Seva. Same thing. Okay, let's see. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying so this is the determination of Avantipur Bhikshak, that Avantipur Brahmana, to engage in service of Mukunda. So sannyasi dress is actually an attraction for material formality. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like such formality, but he wanted essence of it as service to Mukunda. As such, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas also a formality, because in those days, people would only respect sannyasis. Sannyasi ka respect hai. So he accepted the order of sannyas so that people respect him and he can give them Krishna prema. Because even slight devotion, yesterday we were having a reading book, Bhagavatam study circle. Daksha, after he was chastised by Shiva, what happened is he got reformed. And he had little devotion and little affection for Shiva developed in his heart. His heart had a little bit softened after that chastisement. And thus there was little, and that little affection that he had, that actually gave him purification. Because previously he had seen, Daksha had seen Shiva so many times. Har meeting mein milte hain, har yajna mein milte hain. So it is either it's a management meeting, universal management, Shiva will be there, Daksha will be there. Yajna, again, Prajapati, Daksha will be there, Shiva will be there. Yes. किसी भी प्रकार का universal administration meeting, universal care meeting, universal preaching meeting, everywhere these people will come together. सब आते हैं. All universal leaders meet, they all meet. So many times he had seen. Not only that, he had given his daughter to marriage to Shiva. So you can see even there also he has seen Shiva so many times, right? But there was no purification that he experienced. But after chastisement, because his heart softened and he had some devotion, that is when the purification was happening by the glance of Shiva. Otherwise, there was no purification. So that is why some feeling of respect and devotion is required. Now, many times people come, now Prabhupada has installed the Gaur-Nitai deities. Many times people come, they don't even know who is Gaur-Nitai. They just come and offer pranam. They fold their hands, they do like this. उनको पता भी नहीं कौन है, फिर भी बहुत सुंदर दिखते हैं, अच्छे हैं. Sometimes people call them, who are cricket fans, they call them umpires. One is main umpire, one is leg umpire. दो umpire खड़े, they are showing 6. Chaka. They are showing like that. But without even knowing, if somebody is offering obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with that respect, that slight respect, they'll get a lot of mercy. Correct? A lot of mercy they get. That's why Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas. Sei Vaisha Kaila Ebi Vrindavana Giya Krishna Nishevana Kari Nibhrite Vasiya. So what did Mahaprabhu want to do? He took sannyas, Ayesh. He wanted to go to Vrindavan, and Krishna Niveshana Kari Nibhrite Vasiya, sitting in one solitary confinement, a solitary place. He wanted to serve Krishna. That's it. He was confined to a place, he wanted to serve him. This is what every brahmachari also thinks you will get after joining the ashram. We all think. So many times we interact with new brahmacharis. Why did you join ashram? Prabhu, to do sadhana. शांति से बैठ करके एक जगह पे जप करेंगे, शांति से बैठ करके एक जप पे जगह जो है शास्त्र पढ़ेंगे. यही जीवन है. That's very good. But apart from that, you have to do one more thing. What is that? सेवा भी करना है ना, प्रचार करना है, सेवा करना है. Correct. Because only you sit and study and do bhajan. You do chanting sitting in one place, you will become proud. Same thing with even reading. And mainly you will remain theoretical. Very theoretical. You will never become practically realized. Because especially people who have grown up in their bhakti, it's the mature section of the devotees, they look for realizations from the sadhus. They don't want theory. They have all read everything. उनको भी सब शास्त्र पता है. Yeah, they know philosophy. What they want to see is how much you have realized the philosophy. That's what devotees were told. And once there was a group of some of my friends who were sent to His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, they sent to another place. So they asked, Prabhuji, what should be priority order? Prabhu, actually, if you see in this particular slot, there is very good preaching scope to outsiders. But that's the only slot available for brahmachari class. What should we do? Prabhuji said, go do brahmachari class together. Because ultimately people will want to hear realization and not just some theoretical information. That can be found out. There are so many, piece of information available everywhere. But what people want to hear is what digested knowledge that you realize. Yes, swatma bhava akhila shruti saram ekam. Swatma anubhava. What have you? Atma bhava. So Shukadev Goswami's introduction itself is what? Yasvanubhavam akhila shruti saramekam. He collected the essence of all the scriptures and Swanubhava. He experienced it. That means he realized it. That's what makes his Bhagavatam class very powerful. He was holding practically the entire universe in his class for 7 days, 7 nights. Normally people come to program when there is good prasad in the end. But here prasad का कोई ठिकाना नहीं था. ठिकाना जगह का ठिकाना नहीं, prasad पता नहीं. There was no promise that you will have delicious feast after the class. There was nothing like that. And people had come before his class and sitting. Why? They wanted to hear realization. Vyasdev and Narad, they're sitting there because he has realized. Yes, he's realized through service. So that's what makes the experience sweeter, the experience of Bhagavatam, when you hear realizations. Many of the Prabhupada disciples, they speak very simple classes. They may sometimes, there's only Jayadut Maharaj, he was giving a class. He read the purport of Srila Prabhupada. He said, wow, isn't this amazing? So, any questions? I said, Maharaj, your class? He said, Prabhupada has spoken so nicely. That's it. Class is done. This is realized, digested message of Prabhupada's devotional ecstasies. Ho gaya class abhi. Questions hai to pucho. Yeah, very much. So realized souls. Eta bali chale Prabhu premon madira chinha. Dikvidik jnana nahi kiba ratri dina. So as he recited this shloka, he kept traveling ahead towards Vrindavan in complete maddened ecstasies. That was a symptom. Chinna. Unka chinna ye tha. Chinna means symptom. Now suppose you want to describe a person. How do you describe? Hey, वो जो काले से है ना वो प्रभु जी, या फिर भी बहुत गोरे है ना वो, या फिर बहुत लंबे लंबे बाल है ना वो वाले, या फिर जिसके बाल ही नहीं है पर मुंडन करके शिखा रखा है वैसे. So we tend to describe them, right? अरे वो जो वही गोरे से हैं, छोटे से हैं ना वही. So we try to describe. So people, how would they describe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? They would describe his only chinna. The only description they would have was that Premon Madera Chinna. That is his only symptom. He is maddened completely in ecstatic love. So now let us personally analyze how we would like to be known. I attended a very nice seminar. This was many years back, before I came to devotional service. It was in my school days. In that seminar, the opening statements of that training program was that write your tombstone inscription. I was like, what is that? I didn't know anything that time. So, मुझे पता भी नहीं था tombstone. I was probably just 13, 14 years old. What is a tombstone inscription? So then he described. Normally the Christians, when somebody leaves the body, they say rest in peace. I said peace भी नहीं होता, rest भी नहीं होता आत्मा को. But anyways, they would rest in peace and they write something on the coffin. On a stone they etch something. Loving, was a loving father, nice husband, good human being, rest in peace. Amen. They write something like that, right? So how do you want to be known as? So although devotees will not have a tomb, but definitely we can write a tombstone inscription. See, not after you leave, of course, even while you're living, how you would like to be known as. What is your chinna? And you should definitely write that. And I have it written in my notebook. How I would like to be known as. Yes, some ideas you can take. Oh, a person who always seriously took the holy name. Whenever he would chant the holy name, he was so damn serious. He never casually chanted. Not even one name was casually chanted. He would chant it intensely. Such a devotee. Oh, this devotee, always eager for services. That's how he's known. Krishna Das is all a devotee whose embodiment of Seva Bhav to Vaishnavas. Loving, kind, compassionate to everybody. That's how we need. So what is your tombstone inscription? Find out. and write it and try to be like that. So dik vidik jnana nahi kiba ratri dina. I had no clue what is night, what is day, which direction I'm going, right or wrong. Jnana nahi. I had no clue. That's how he was. Nityananda Acharya Ratna Mukunda Tina Jana Prabhu Pache Pache Tine Kare Nagamana. So Mahaprabhu is not alone. Hare Krishna. So we need to understand this is something very amazing. Jiva tells the Lord, just leave me alone. And he comes to this material world. But Krishna never leaves the Jiva alone. Correct? He never leaves the Jiva alone. He always comes as Paramatma, no matter in which species you are. 8.4 million species में से कौन सी भी species में हो, as in the form of Antaryami Paramatma, Chaitya Guru, he's always there in the heart. And similarly, Bhagwan जब भी आते हैं, whenever the Lord comes, sometimes the Lord wants to be left alone. That's what he wanted. He took sannyas to be left alone. Now I want to go and do my bhajan. Leave me alone. But do devotees leave the Lord alone? Nah. जैसे ही भगवान संन्यास लेके गए, correct? So there were three devotees. Who are the three devotees? Nityananda, Acharya Ratna is Chandrasekhar Acharya, and who else? Mukunda. Yes, so Mukunda. All three of them started following. Chalo, 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 piche, piche chalte. So like that, wherever Mahaprabhu went, these three were following Mahaprabhu. यही यही प्रभु देखे सेई सेई लोक प्रेमावेशे हरि बले खंडे दुख शोक. So whosoever upon Mahaprabhu saw, जिसको भी देखा, जो जो लोगों को, जिस जिस लोगों को देखा महाप्रभु ने, प्रेमावाशे हरि बोले. They started in loving ecstasy, chanting the names Hari, 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 Hari. And khande dukkha shoke, all their unhappiness, lamentation, everything was forgotten. सब कुछ भूल के हरि का नाम ले रहे थे. That's what happened by one glance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Next. गोप बालक सब प्रभु के देखिया हरि हरि बलि डाके उच्च करिया. Gopa Balak Sabha, there were some cowherd boys. Prabhu ke dekhiya. They saw the Lord. And they were going to dake, shout, Ucha Kariya. Loudly they were able to shout. They were shouting, Hari, 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 Hari. They started chanting loudly. Next. Shunita Sabara Nikat Gela Gaura Hari. Bala Bala Bale Sabara Shire Hastadari. Okay. Shunita Sabara Nikata Gela. So as soon as he heard this chanting of his cowherd boys, सबका सुन के निकट गेला गौर हरि. He went near. He went near them. And what he said? Bola, bola. So he kept telling everybody, please go on chanting like that. Chanting like that. And he put Sire Hastadari. He put his hand on their heads. They were all small cowherd boys. He put their hands on their heads. सबके hair के ऊपर हाथ रख के. Yes, yes. Please keep chanting like that. Keep chanting like that. I remember once I was in Belgaum Rath Yatra. It was many years back. I had gone. It was probably 10 years back. I had gone to Belgaum Rath Yatra. And His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj was there. And Maharaj was going and watching if everything is going fine, everything is going well, sab de ja raha hai. He was watching. And I was at one particular stall. And I was preaching. I was in a preaching stall giving the message, telling people about, we had to tell 5 things. We had to go one by one. We had to tell people about who we are, the iskcon movement. Then we had to tell about our founder, Srila Prabhupada. Then we have to tell about Jagannath Rath Yatra, because that is a Rath Yatra. Then we have to tell about Krishna having come as Gaurang Mahaprabhu. And finally, practicals to chant the holy name. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 paintings, 5 charts actually. They were nicely made charts. And we had to go take people, group of some 5-10 people, and preach to them. So after I finished, the group went, I suddenly saw that Maharaj was standing and looking there. You're looking at me. I was stunned. Oh, Maharaj was there. I immediately fell flat on the ground. I stood up and I went to Maharaj. I just went folding. I was not able to say anything. So I was just, Maharaj, I just was dumbfounded. Maharaj was smiling, beaming smile. And he put his hand on my head and he said, go on doing this, go on. Just keep doing like this, you will go back to God. Just keep preaching like this, you will go back to God. So Maharaj gave assurance like that. So similarly, Mahaprabhu had put his hand on the cowherd boys and he was also telling them, just go on like this, go on like this. Yahi karo. Next. तास बार स्तुति करे तुम्हार भाग्यवान कृतार्थ करिले मोरे सुनाय हरि नाम. So तासबारे स्तुति करे तुम्हार भाग्यवान, you are all very fortunate, like that Mahaprabhu was glorifying them. Yes, he was blessing them, you're fortunate. So kritartha karile more shunaya harinama. Yes, so he felt kritartha means your purpose of life is achieved, you become successful. Kritartha ho gaya. Krita means what you're doing, artha means मिल गया आपको. कृतार्थ करिले मोरे सुनाय हरिनाम. So because, yes, in fact, Mahaprabhu कृतार्थ करिले मोरे, you have made me successful. That's when आपने मुझे success. How humble. Mahaprabhu inspired them to chant. And now he is telling कृतार्थ करिले मोरे सुनाय हरिनाम. I heard my holy name from your mouth. My life is successful. He felt successful. Amazing. What we will do now is, okay, 20 तक करते हैं. That's a nice, it's a good benchmark. 20. गुप्तेता सभा के आनी ठाकुर नित्यानंद शिकाईला सभा करे करिया प्रबंध. So all these cowherd boys, गुप्तेता सभा के आनी, he confidently, shh, come here, आ जाओ. And he told, शिकाईला सभा के करिया प्रबंध. So he wanted to tell them something. So he made some arrangement. And now you see what's going to happen. He brought them and now he sent them. जाओ जाओ. क्या बोलना है बताता हूँ. वृंदावन पथ प्रभु पूछे न तुम्हारे गंगा तीर पथ तबे दिखाई आता रे. So वृंदावन पथ प्रभु पूछे न तुम्हारे. So if suppose Mahaprabhu asks you वृंदावन कहाँ है, yes, you show him गंगा तीर पथ, उसको गंगा का पथ दिखाओ, and तबे दिखाई आता रे. You just show him that. Instead of Vrindavan, show him the mark to Ganga mark. So now from Radhadesh, where Ganga is not flowing, he has to go to the place where Ganga is flowing. So you show him the wrong way. क्या करना महाप्रभु को cheating करो. Send him towards Ganga. तबे प्रभु पूछी लेना सुन शिशुगण कहाँ देखी कोन पते आबे वृंदावन. शिशु सब गंगा तीर पथ देखाईला सेई पते आवेशे प्रभु गमन करिला. So at that particular time, Prabhu पूछ लेना शून शिशुगण, oh my dear children, कहाँ देखी कौन पते याबे वृंदावन, please tell me which way is Vrindavan. शिशु सब गंगा तीर पाथा देखाईला. So they said, see that path to Ganga. They all followed Nityananda. So you have to, in between Krishna and Guru, who should we follow? Guru. Nityananda को follow करना चाहिए. सेई पते आवेशे प्रभु गमन. And Prabhu was in complete ecstasy. So yes, I'll go to Vrindavan. So he went towards Ganga. आचार्य रत्ने रे कहे नित्यानंद गोसाई शीघ्र याह तुम्ही अद्वैत आचार्य रठाय. So he called Chandrasekhar Acharya and told him, now you go to Advaita Acharya's house. देखो नित्यानंद कैसा planning करते हैं. How wonderfully Guru plans the meeting of Krishna and his devotees. Amazingly he plans. भगवान को चीटिंग करना है, भटकाना है तो भी गुरु करेंगे. कैसे भी करके भक्तों से मिला के ही रहेंगे. So we'd like to continue afterwards. We'll continue next week. Is that okay? I would like to pause here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram